bit. You can see him swimming under the water. Now this canal here is called Orange Canal. Heavy bank, you'll see some lavender flowers blooming up there. Now those are up on the bank. Plants are still attached to the shoreline. These are called water hyacinth. One of my favorite pretty flowers out here. Not a native in the weeds or underneath the water. So I'll just kind of mosey over that way and see if we might spot him again. I don't see his head sticking up anymore. Now we have about 300 different species of birds up and down this river throughout the year. A dozen different types of turtles. Bobcats, foxes, coyote, wild turkey, wild boar, deer, river otters, snakes, and most people's favorite, the alligator. We do have a lot of beautiful trees out here along the river. We have our pines and our palms. We have our sweet gums and our Florida red maples. And those give us a lot of our color during the fall season, which doesn't really start for the color changes not till about the end of November, 1st of December, before we really start seeing a big change in color. Although the cypress trees are our first tree to change color out here, and they have already started and actually started losing most of their needles already. We have our beautiful oaks up and down the river. But the tree we see the most up and down this river is the bald cypress. The bald cypress get their name because they lose their needles in the wintertime and become completely bald. And you can see they pretty well started doing a good job of that already. There's a kingfisher just flew past us around the bend there. You spotted the bird yet?
Yeah.
I see the gray, but it doesn't look like a bird. You have to know what you're looking for.
Well, look for the only gray spot middle of the green.
Yeah, that's what I say. He'd be a small one, wouldn't he?
He's about full grown. It might be a young, let's see, it'd be a male. It might be a young one, but he's pretty much full grown.
That's Mom, Dad, and Junior, eh?
Whether the turtles are family or not.
Maybe the great egret.
The Spanish moss, is it dead?
Pungent odor to it. Pungent odor keeps the snakes from going inside and eating the eggs and the baby birds. A little natural defense that they have. Pretty much rapids in Florida. Pretty flat here.
Something swimming there, Ron.
Oh, yeah.
Now from this fence we're coming up to here on the left-hand side, they can hide pretty easy. March. Unless February is a really warm month. Now with all the needles and leaves falling off a lot of the other trees out here, gives us the opportunity to see nests. See some of the birds sitting up in the trees in little clumps as we go up and down the river. Now there's a nest up there, but some of these clumps along the river here, this is an air plant that we have out. So we have some unusual names for some of them. We have stinkpot turtles, chicken turtles. There's a nice big one on the other side of the log. A little high dive there.
Yeah.
Mud turtles, typical place to see palm trees. Plus they had to get across the river, which was another problem at that time. We didn't have that bridge back there until 1935. Before the bridge, there was a ferry. I see a limpkin. Get a little closer to him in a second.
So
See if we can high dive.
Worried about you. He's aware
We don't
of you.
seem to be bothering him too much, do we?
No, he says, I know you're there. And
He said, I just got dry, I ain't jumping in. Snails is his primary food.
Those are all buzzards there, eh?
Those are buzzards.
Hopefully we'll get a peek at him. dry, so I'd assume. They remind me of little motorboats zipping around in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Get a place right in behind a tree there, and that way they don't get swept downriver quite so easily. There's that little beater.
Didn't hardly need a motor at all, yeah.
Not much. Pileated woodpecker, the big one.
Carol?
Well, if you got the time, that's the only way to do it. I could get you out a little bit longer.